What's good, everybody? It is late on Tuesday night as the Grizzlies just wrap up a 119 to 112 victory over the Phoenix Suns. And it was a game of runs. The Grizzlies were up by as many as 19, and the Suns cut that lead all the way down to 3 late. So we got crunch time basketball and a blowout in the same game. So Grizzlies hang on and win 119 to 112 over the Phoenix Suns. And I'm going to tell you all about it. My name is Uncle Buck. I am a co-host of the Two Buck Sports Show that comes on live on Bluff City Media's YouTube and Twitter accounts every single Tuesday and Thursday at noon. So check us out this coming Thursday. Listen, the Grizzlies just own the Suns. It's just as simple as that. I don't have the stats, but you can just take my word for it. We dominate. And the Grizzlies had periods of this game tonight where they dominated. They were up by as many as 19 with 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And the Suns slowly but surely cut that thing down into a crunch time situation. Crunch time situations, that's situations that I love to see this team in. It's not many times that we have seen the Grizzlies in these kinds of situations this year. But in this late night game, they paid it off for the fans. There's nothing worse than staying up till 11:30 on a Tuesday night and losing a West Coast game. So the Grizzlies do get this win, and let's just talk about some of the high points. Ja Morant was good tonight. Not great, but good, but you could tell he was involved early. He finished with 26.7 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. He only had 2 turnovers, and he got to the free throw line 12 different times and made 10 of them. Listen, Ja has been complaining a lot this year about a lack of calling. I think Grizzlies fans would consider most of it merited. He got to the free throw line tonight, and he made it count. 10 of 12 from the free throw line. He was really good. He was really good tonight. It was really good to see Ja do that. And Jaren struggled. Jaren also owns the Suns. I think he went high 30s, if not 40, earlier this year against the Suns. The Suns threw out Bol in the starting lineup, and apparently that just threw Jaren for a loop today. He was inefficient today. He had 17 points in 34 minutes. He was a +8, but he was only 6 of 17 from the field, and he had 0 3-pointers made in 5 attempts. He did have an assist, a steal, and a block, 6 rebounds, which, listen, for a 7-footer, that's respectable for Jaren. Desmond continues to he's had a slump the last couple games. He finishes 6 of 13 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3 with 20 points in 35 minutes. He did have 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. He was a +13. Early in this game, it was Santi Aldama in the first quarter who had just an absolutely superb start to the game. Santi in the first quarter had 11 points in 6 minutes. He had 1 rebound. He had no assist because if you're going to score 11 points in 4 minutes, don't pass the ball. He also had 1 steal. He was 3 of 3 from 3, 4 of 4 from the field just in the first quarter. He finishes with only 3 more points throughout the rest of the game, finishing with 14. But that heater off the bench halfway through the first quarter really set the tone for how this game started. Brandon Clark, my guy, my brother in Christ, Brandon Clark, I love you so much. It's just hustle, man. It is just pure hustle. Brandon Clark, he finished with 14 points on 7 of 11 from shooting. He had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. 5 of his 7 rebounds were on the offensive end. The Grizzlies attempted 100 shots today against the Phoenix Suns, compared to only 92 for the Suns. Jalen Wells, he was fine. He had a good spurt early on, hit a couple threes. We've really got to sit down and talk about Vince Williams. So Taylor Jenkins closed this game out with a lineup of Ja, Dez, Jaren, Vince Williams Jr., and Santi down the stretch. It was crazy, but I mean, there is all kinds of possibilities. That is a dynamic offensive lineup. And Vince Williams Jr. is just chaos. And he is not just chaos, but he's contagious chaos. We've talked about, I've talked about the need for character players on this team, somebody that just says, no, this isn't happening tonight. And Vince Williams Jr. has that in spades. And when you've got a guy that is busting his tail on every single play on the defensive end, as a player that's on the court with him, you only have two options. One is to match his energy and don't let him fight in vain. Or two is to fold and let him just exert energy for no reason, not back up your brother. And it seems that Vince Williams Jr. is not going to be left on an island. When he is fighting on this court, people fight with him. The intensity turns up, the rebounding turns up. It is just unmistakable. And I don't care what the box score says, the counting stats, it doesn't matter. You can see it. When Vince Williams is on the court, the four guys that are with him play harder. It is a sign of respect, and it is a leadership quality that Vince Williams has that just, I don't care. I'm going to bust it. And I love it. He is going to be an absolute weapon in the playoffs for the Memphis Grizzlies. And Jalen Wells, rather, as a rookie, there's going to come a time when the lights just become too bright. And that's not a knock on Jalen Wells. I mean, he is a rookie, and that happens. And you're going to have Vince Williams step in there, and he's just going to light the world on fire. And I cannot be more excited about that time. But Kevin Durant, all the TNT broadcast wanted to talk about today was his quest for 30,000 points. And tonight he became the 8th player in NBA history to score 30,000 points. And Kevin Durant was absolutely amazing tonight. I wish that we could revert back time and offer more if we can get that Kevin Durant. He was special offensively. He finished the game with, 34 points in 43 minutes. A 36-year-old Kevin Durant played 43 minutes of a possible 48. He had 34 points. He was 12 of 18 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, and 7 of 10 from the free throw line. But that's not what jumped off the page for me. He played defense, and he was down the stretch when the Grizzlies needed buckets to extend the lead and the Phoenix Suns needed stops to have a chance to win. It was Kevin Durant that was guarding Jaren Jackson Jr., 37-year-old Kevin Durant. He just had a whale of a game today, and it's really a shame for him. I'm sure he's going into that locker room upset because, the next player we're talking about for Phoenix is Bol. I know that the stat sheet says that Devin Booker had 17 points in 40 minutes, but I don't remember a single bucket he made. Inconsequential basketball from Devin Booker tonight. I don't even remember him, and I watched the game. And so it was a heroic performance from Kevin Durant, and the only help that he got was Bol, and that was the story of the game. He almost willed them back to victory, but it wasn't enough. As John Morant gets to the free throw line, he gets to the basket. Brandon Clark in clutch situations. Every time there's a clutch situation, it is Brandon Clark getting the offensive rebound. Book it. You need it. He gets it. And so the Grizzlies win 119-112 at Phoenix tonight, and they play again tomorrow night. A quick flight, late flight for the Memphis Grizzlies as they go to the Los Angeles Clippers to play their last game before the All-Star break. And we'll see what happens. The Clippers are a top 5 defense in all categories, basically. You're going to have to deal with James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. And so you hope that, it's not out of the realm of possibility to think that both of those guys have Cancun on their minds. Well, I guess not James Harden. I guess he's going to Northern California for All-Star game. But Kawhi probably has Cancun on his mind. So we'll see. Be nice to see the Grizzlies have a 2-game road winning streak as we go into the All-Star break. But until then, catch up on all of your Grizzlies news on Bluff City Media. Daily Grind tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Luke and Rusty will have you there, and then $2 Sports Show Thursday at noon to recap the first half pre-All-Star break of the Memphis Grizzlies season as we go into All-Star break this weekend. So until then, go Grizz. Everybody have a good night.